Lok Sabha Speaker Birla led a parliamentary delegation to the 149th Inter Parliamentary Union Assembly held in Geneva, Switzerland. The Lok Sabha Speaker addressed the Assembly on the theme Harnessing Science, Technology and Innovation for a More Peaceful and Sustainable Future.
IPU की 149 असेंबली के अंदर भारत की संसद की ओर से
I congratulate the 149th Assembly of the IPU on behalf of the Parliament of India and its 1.4 billion people. I thank the chairperson for her permission to keep my views.
एक्सेलेंसी, हम जिस वैश्विक वर्तमान में रह रहे हैं उसमें एक तरफ
Excellencies, we live in a world where people are improving on ease of living through technology on one hand,
वहीं दूसरी ओर
and on the other hand, the world faces a number of challenges related to environment and climate change.
ऐसे में वैश्विक शांति, समानता और सतत विकास के लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने के लिए विज्ञान
In such circumstances, use of science and technology to promote world peace and sustainable future is of paramount importance. Excellencies, I feel happy to inform the gathering that India is using science and technology to improve the socio-economic condition of its people on a large scale.
परिवर्तन करने में सफलता प्राप्त की है.
Besides the Lok Sabha Speaker, Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh and members from both houses of Parliament attended the Assembly. The Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman introduced the members of the delegation to the gathering.
Our delegations from India is led by Honorable Speaker Lok Sabha and me, Deputy Chairman Rajya Sabha Harivansh. Now with me are Mr. Bhartari Mehtab, our senior colleague from Lok Sabha Member Parliament, Srimati Aparajita Sarangi, Member from Lok Sabha, Sri Raju Shukla, our MP from Upper House, Mr. Vishnudayal Ram, Member from our Upper House, Mr. Sasmit Patra, Member Parliament from Upper House, and Mr. Anurag Singh Thakur, Senior Member Parliament from Lok Sabha.
Mamata Mohanta, Rajya Sabha MP representing Odisha, informed the attendees about the provisions related to women and child development in the Indian Constitution.
The Constitution of India provides a robust legal work form promoting and protecting the human rights of women. It guarantees equality before the law and prohibits discrimination based on religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. The Constitution also empowers the state to make special provision for women and children for their enlightenment and empowerment.
Rajya Sabha member Sasmit Patra talked about the impact of artificial intelligence on shaping societies and influencing governance, especially in relation with women.
While AI represents significant opportunities, its impact on democracy, human rights, and the rule of law requires careful consideration, especially from a gender perspective. In many cases, AI systems risk in reinforcing existing gender biases and inequalities, and therefore addressing these challenges through inclusive and responsible AI governance is essential. AI holds significant potential to empower women by providing opportunities in education, employment, healthcare, and entrepreneurship. Madam Chairperson, the Women in AI mission in India is an example of such initiatives, offering skill development, training, and mentorship to women, especially those re-entering the task force and workforce after career breaks. Programs like Career Back to Women, CB2 Women, launched by IIT Madras, reskill women in AI, enabling them to re-enter technical professions. AI also plays a pivotal role in promoting gender equality. India has recognized the need to create gender-inclusive AI systems by promoting participation of women in AI development and research. Several of our programs and policies aim to empower women through AI, including Women in AI Mission, that provides opportunities for skill development, training, and mentorship.
Vice President of IPU Executive Committee, Lok Sabha member Aparajita Sarangi abreasted the committee of the actions taken by the IPU President Tulya Action in the past few months to strengthen the organization.
It is pertinent to mention here that the last Executive Committee of the IPU was held on 19th of June 2024, and as a continuation on 18th of July 2024, summary of the records of this Executive Committee was also ratified by the Executive Committee members. I'm very happy to mention here that our President, Madam Tulya Action, toured around 15 nations during the past couple of months, and she was kind enough to talk about her activities in these 5 nations, and she did mention that the specific goals of the IPU had been kept in mind by her when she had a dialogue with the representatives of different nations.
The Lok Sabha Speaker also participated in the meetings of IPU's Governing Council, the highest decision-making body of the organization. During his visit, the Lok Sabha Speaker interacted with members of the Indian diaspora. He highlighted India's active role in global parliamentary diplomacy and commitment to inclusive dialogue on pressing challenges. Referring to the importance of the Indian diaspora, he noted that their skills and values of diversity and inclusiveness enrich communities worldwide. The Indian delegation had a series of bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the IPU Assembly. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla had a warm meeting with the IPU President Dr. Tulya Action and expressed his pleasure on knowing that the IPU President had informed the 180-member IPU Governing Council about his offer for IPU to leverage the facilities and expertise of Pride as a center of excellence for training and capacity building of parliamentarians and officials of members of parliaments of IPU. The Lok Sabha Speaker met the President of the Senate of Thailand, Mongkol Surasajja, on Tuesday. The leaders recalled the historically warm bilateral relations between India and Thailand. The Lok Sabha Speaker had a bilateral meeting with the Speaker of the National Assembly of Zimbabwe, Jacob Mudenda, on the sidelines of IPU. In his meeting with the Speaker of House of Representatives of Australia, Milton Dick, the leaders exchanged pleasantries and discussed ways to further strengthen India-Australia bilateral relations. The Indian delegation had other bilateral meetings too. Continuing his series of bilateral meetings, the Lok Sabha Speaker met the Assembly President of Algeria, Boughali Ibrahim, on the margins of IPU. The Algerian leader recalled the successful visit of President Draupadi Murmu to Algeria. The two leaders shared views on enhancing bilateral relations, particularly parliamentary engagement and capacity building. Rajya Sabha MP Sasmit Patra addressed the Forum of Young Parliamentarians. He highlighted the importance of creating platforms where young scientists and innovators from different countries can come together, exchange ideas and work towards shared goals. In a discussion on gender partnership, Sasmit Patra pointed towards how India has countered underrepresentation of women in decision-making process.
In 2023, Parliament of India unanimously passed the Constitution 106th Amendment Act 2023, Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, to reserve 1/3 seats for women in the lower house of Parliament and in all federal state legislative assemblies, marking a historic milestone in its national journey to foster women's equitable representation in public life at all levels of the federal structure. This landmark achievement further consolidates affirmative action for holding women's leadership, built on the foundation of reserving 33% of seats in rural and urban local bodies of governance, which has been further expanded to 50% by over 2/3 states for rural local bodies and half the states for urban local bodies.
The parliamentary delegation led by the Lok Sabha Speaker paid homage to Mahatma Gandhi with floral tributes at Ariana Park in Geneva. The Lok Sabha Speaker said that the Mahatma's universal message of peace and harmony continues to guide us all. The members also recalled Bapu's ideals and universal message of truth, peace and justice, which are more relevant now than ever. Lok Sabha MP from Odisha, Bhartari Mehtab, participated in a meeting of the IPU Standing Committee on Peace and International Security. In the meeting of the IPU Standing Committee on UN Affairs, Lok Sabha MP Anurag Singh Thakur underlined the need for UN reforms in UNGA. Thakur also emphasized the need for complementarity between UN and G20 to address contemporary challenges.
India has been a long proponent of reforms of the UN system and expansion of both categories of UN Security Council. I thank the Asia Pacific Group for their endorsement of India and nominating me on this important standing committee of UN Affairs.
Member of Parliament Vishnu Dayal Ram participated in the debate on the theme of the next resolution entitled Parliamentary Strategies to Mitigate the Long-Lasting Impact of Conflicts, including Armed Conflicts, on Sustainable Development.
Conflict is often repeated in a cyclical pattern. Addressing these underlying issues requires a comprehensive and multifaceted approach that involves peace building, reconciliation and addressing the root causes of conflict. We must be proactive in implementing early warning systems to detect potential conflict hotspots and addressing underlying issues before they escalate.
Rajya Sabha member Rajiv Shukla attended the workshop on practical tools to achieve sustainable development and panel discussion on the common principles for support to parliaments, parliamentary development as a defense to democratic backsliding. Mamata Mohanta, MP, attended meetings of the Forum of Women Parliamentarians and the IPU Governing Council. Lok Sabha Secretary General Utpal Kumar Singh addressed the delegates at the meeting of the Association of Secretaries General of Parliaments on potential of artificial intelligence in parliamentary processes and practices. On the concluding day, the Indian Parliamentary Delegation, led by the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, participated in the 214th session of the Governing Council of the IPU Assembly. The 149th IPU Assembly was conducted between the 13th to the 17th of October. The Assembly concluded with the valedictory speech of the IPU President. Uzbekistan will be hosting the 150th IPU Assembly. The Central Asian nation has invited all member parliaments to Tashkent from 5th to 9th of April 2025 for the Assembly.
To watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.